Love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks down below. Super chats as well. So yeah, let's take a look at what Omi has done today, and let's take a look at what everything else has done today, and then we'll get into the news, we'll get into the stuff, and then we'll get into the AMA. So Omi down about 5.32% today, down to 00081. Yeah, no, that's about what we were. And yeah, that's rough. That's a rough time. But it is interesting. It's weird. Like when we have under 500,000 in volume, we're about flat or we're up, and when we have 750,000 in volume, that's when we go down. I guess it really is a lot of people just going back and forth saying, okay, they're either using bots to trade and when finally somebody does have legitimate sells because they're selling for whatever reason, probably because they think we're in for max pain next year, which I'm not gonna lie, could very well be possible. You could have, I think Elon said on his most recent interview that you're looking at a light to moderate recession in 2023, and he thinks it's gonna last for a year to a year and a half. So I would say my models of 6 to 8 months are probably not accurate if Elon, one of the smartest men in the world, are going on and saying that, yeah, we're looking at about a year to a year and a half. So we'll see. I mean, we both think that we are overdue for a recession. Can't fault him on that. I've been saying that for a while. But I do find some other bullish things, which I'm not sure he's taken a look at. I'm not saying that he wouldn't understand it. I'm just saying that he is extraordinarily busy doing other stuff, and he probably wouldn't say that. But yeah, so some people might be selling because of that. When there are legitimate sales of the token, even at this price, you do have a bunch of people buying that up. So as it goes and people do legitimately sell, they'll take that. They don't have to do the bots on the buy orders. But let's see how it compared to the markets. We had the S&P down about 0.4%. We had the Dow up about 0.1%, and the Nasdaq down about 1.3%. So it was not horrendously bloody in the markets today, at least not for these guys. We did have Tesla. That was down 11% today. Guys, I'm sure I've said this before, I'll say it again. If you are trading on margin, please do not do that. Please have some dry powder, in your repertoire. Please have dry powder on the side. Please do not trade on margin, whether you're doing crypto, whether you're doing stocks. That is very, very dangerous. Now, obviously, taking on debt is a little bit different when it's like, okay, here's debt that you're getting from a bank or you're getting from a credit line or whatever, and you can make the payments on that. That's one thing. But to be like, yeah, I'm gonna trade 500 grand in the margin. Oh, that is not. That is so scary. You risk losing everything. You risk going to jail. You risk a lot. That being said, I don't have all the details yet, but I will be taking on slightly more debt in order to get something else that is Veve and Akomi related. I will let you guys know what that is within the next 2 days. Obviously, this is not something that I would recommend anyone do. Again, if you're financially savvy and okay, well, here's the amount of debt, and the bottom line is, can you afford the payments? If you can afford the payments, then yes, it's probably okay as long as you're going to have money coming in. Obviously, if you're going to take on debt for investment for anything, definitely talk to a financial advisor. Most likely, a financial advisor would talk you out of it. They'd say, hey, if you don't have the cash to do something yourself, don't do it. But again, there is a difference between bad debt and good debt. It's not like I'm taking out $10,000 on credit cards to buy, I don't know, massive amounts of protein shakes or, art like Dashi. Not that I would accept a $10,000 payment for Dashi. I would not. It'd have to be many, many times that. Anyway, moving on to some of the rest of the news. All right, so be advised, guys, I don't normally go over a ton of stocks, but CRISPR literally just cured a 13-year-old girl incurable cancer. And the fact that it's down 7% today is actually ridiculous. So what they did was if I still had the choice, I still might take Illumina over CRISPR, but CRISPR just had, I was just looking at the markets and this is what popped up. I think what she had, I don't think she had glioblastoma. She had some type of cancer where it was pretty incurable. And what CRISPR does, they edit the genes. They edited the T cells to go in and wipe the cancer. The cancer is now undetectable. Like this is, I don't know why nobody ever thought of this before. I'm pretty sure people did. I'm sure people did. I know one person that at least had thought this, and they are clearly not super intelligent. That person's me. but yeah, they edited the genes so that the treatment would go in, and like this girl did chemo, this girl did whatever, um, did a bone marrow transplant, nothing was working. CRISPR, I don't want to say has the cure for cancer, but it cured this cancer. And obviously, each cancer is different, but yeah, that's, and again, if everyone's going to go and say, hey, I want my DNA in this because I want to be able to go and say, edit my cells in order to go in and recode it so that it kills cancer, at least the type of cancer you had, yeah, that's, give me $500,000. Most of it will go into OMI, or I would say half, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then Tesla, and then probably CRISPR and Illumina. Obviously, I don't expect to get a windfall unless it's unless I win the lotto at some point. But yeah. Anywho, moving on here. Ooh, pictures. All right, cool beans. Outside of that, let's take a look at some of the news. And yeah, I'll keep you guys focused on the details of the new debt that I'm taking on, and I'll keep, again, it'll be over the next couple of days. We heard about the crypto pay-in. Everyone's getting that. I think I did a video on that this morning. Actually, I covered a lot this morning. Sam Bankman-Fried used $546 million from Alameda Research to purchase Robinhood shares. Court documents reveal. AI is a really interesting thing. AI is something that will be used, that's already being used to execute trades at, let's just say, like okay, Fidelity, owning about 9.6 trillion in assets under management, getting into the crypto space. I'm 98% positive that's because they have AI software or machine learning software using trades for stocks, and it is so successful that, like, oh, if we can make this much doing stocks, imagine how much we can make doing crypto. This is, yeah, AI machine learning is getting really, really crazy. This is wild to see what's happening. Speaking of wild stuff, 2023, Veve, what are they going to do? What are they not going to do? What are things that I hope they're going to do? I do not believe we are going to get land sale in 2023. We may, but I believe most of what is going to be done is going to be on that development roadmap, which we should get an update on the development roadmap within 2 weeks, maybe 10 days, give or take. You have the waitlist drop system and crypto to gem. Crypto to gem's already in beta. I would say what crypto pay in, when they started giving people when they started giving people that cash out, that beta cash out, and everyone's like, oh, it looks like crap. And all the people that are saying, oh, it looked like crap, I feel like all the people that are like giving these, I don't even want to say criticisms, because could it have looked better? Sure. Do you care what it looks like? Do you care if it works? I feel like all the people that are doing that have just been, that have been criticizing unnecessarily, are people that have most likely just never done anything worthwhile in their own lives. And the fact that, yeah, I get it. Veve goes and, take a swing and a miss every now and then. It happens. But if David and Dan were people that cared about what other people think about them, they would not do this. They would not, fail and miss deadlines so often. Yes, they sometimes set impossible standards, but what does that yield? That yields amazing returns. That yields amazing. I mean, just look at the improvement that they've had over the last couple of years. This is insane. Like, I get it. Late 2020, early 2021. When I got in, you couldn't buy anything off the market while there was a drop. The drops, that would kick you out of the app. It would do whatever, and it's, we actually had a little bit of an uptick in people getting kicked off the app now, and hopefully they mention that in the update. But yeah, that's something to that'll be something to be addressed. If they don't mention this at the update, I'll ask next time David comes on the stream, or whenever they're in Canada next year, and I'll go see them, and I'll ask him live on stream. Yeah, so when some of the stuff that they have, crypto to gem seems to be the one that's increasing in timeline. So when they had crypto payout, I think it took about a month and a half once they gave it to people as beta. Like a month and a half later, it rolled out. So if we're getting crypto pay in people now over the last week and a half, I would say February at the latest. I don't think this continues until March. I think we get it sometime in February, that crypto pay-in. Is it possible to get in January? Sure, but that's something, let's just say, I put in the guarantee box that we get in 2023. Waitlist drop system, we've been waiting for this. We do need to wait for MCP to roll out a little bit. So I feel like people think that MCP and OUP are somehow disconnected. They are not. Again, you don't want to be able to go and say, oh yeah, we're going to need some bronze tickets to wager our OMI against. You don't want to do that just by itself. If you just do that for the OMI people, the people that are waiting for MCP are just going to be like, hey, why give all these OMI owners benefits and zero for MCP? They're going to want to roll that out at the same time. I don't think they're going to want to go and, give, say, oh, hey, you can bid your MCP points for this. And yeah, OMI holders, you're going to have to wait, like 6 months. I don't think they would do that. I think they would roll it out at the same time. I don't think one is going to happen without the other. But with that waitlist drop system will come a bunch of the bronze tickets, which, again, you're not wagering the OMI, you're wagering the bronze tickets. So you're not gambling. you're not gambling with anything that has actual money. It's bronze tickets, which mean nothing. It's like that episode of Zoe 101 where Chase is running for president and Logan goes and gives out Chase bucks to people that are going to vote for Chase. And Zoe's like, you can't give away money. And Logan's like, it is not money. It even says so. This is not legal tender. But I'm not giving away money. I'm giving away Chase bucks, which are redeemable at any school store. So it's a nice little loophole around that Veve can get around. So I would expect crypto to gem, and then you would need the OMI spot wallet, and you need the OMI spot wallet, and then maybe bronze tickets. You would need those, and buying OMI on the web app as well. You would need that well before OMI to gem. OMI to gem, I'm sure we're going to get this year or in 2023. I don't know when though. I would say that would be this latter half. You want to get in, the Bitcoin, the ETH maxis, everyone else. You want to get those people in before you want to get the masses in before you cater to your own token. So that has to happen. But the buy OMI on the web app, I would say that happens in Q2. Burn reward points, I would also say happens second half of next year. And once we get the OMI spot wallet, it shouldn't really be too much of an issue to get OMI to NFT. It shouldn't be too much of an issue to get OMI to gem after that either. But again, most everything in the OUP progress bar outside of OUP staking, I think we do get this year. I'd say Q3, maybe probably Q4 though. I want to put that back. The silver and gold tickets, we might start to get that this year if we can get staking. I don't know if we would do. Excuse me. I don't know if we'd be able to do that right away though. Some things that I hope happens this year. I would hope land in the Veveverse. I really don't expect that until 2024. It would be great if they could do that this year while OMI's down. But again, you could still have this recession Q1, Q2 next year in 2024, at least as per Elon in his last interview. Moving on with some other things. We have Mr. Squibs is a Marvel. He says, I purchased a Marvel Insider from the guy who won it. He has number 88, Marvel Comics number 1, and somebody has the number 87. So congrats to Mr. Squibs for grabbing that number 88. I don't know who has the number 87. Comment down below if you do know that. We have some people saying, hey, Veve, you need to seriously be more on top of your third party because people keep getting kicked out. And Veve says, did you try deleting the app and re-downloading? Kind of like in the IT crowd, if you try to turn it off and on again. I mean, this is clearly an issue that people are having. I do believe, and it sucks. This is growing pains. It's either going to get better or it won't. And Veve's either working on it or they're not. What do you think is happening? Most likely they're working on it, and most likely it will get better. I mean, if you believe that Veve is not working on such a major issue, and if you believe that things will not get better, I mean, even if it doesn't, it's still like the best platform out there, in my opinion. But either way, yeah, that's do that research, do that due diligence. New year, new me. So we do have the Avengers Tower that is coming on Friday, December 30th at 8 a.m. Pacific time. So that's 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's pretty legit. See, headquarters of Earth's Mightiest Heroes, soared against the New York City skyline. It looks so heckin' awesome. It looks so good. I want one. I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to, I think it's probably gonna be like 40, $50. I don't have I'm not gonna do it. Um, BatCal had an interesting sale today. The Cal's number 89,866 sold for 4K on Christmas. So it was not today. It was on Christmas. And it's the Riddler. It looks really, really good. That looks really cool. Um, Snap and share. Apparently, the gem purchases yesterday was 313,000 gems. I think that was really in preparation for the AF-15, or not the AF-15, the Journey into Mystery 83 today. That's a really interesting one. I did not expect it to do this. I don't want to say poorly because everything's above retail. So it is a success. Veve made their $170,000 on the drop, not including all of the resale fees. Again, Veve has been doing an average of 1 million gems per week, and they will reach 398 million gem sales by the end of the year. I wish they would do 400. That'd be a nice number. Unfortunately, they didn't. They will. I think, but 398 is nothing to sneeze at. So we got. There's a thing called Veve Feed, and Veve Feed is over on. They said which is more important, first appearance collectibles or low edition collectibles, and there was only 765 votes, but 81% voted first appearance collectibles. So people are really, really enjoying the first appearances over the low edition collectibles. So they care more about first appearance than they do scarcity. That is really interesting. I want that to be done again in a year and then see what people think. Yeah. Other news. Oh no, that was it. Okay, let me get to comments real quick. Ooh, can't wait. Can't wait. Okay. Ooh. Okay, we're good. We're good. Justin says, wait, this video is about Veve? Where was the Veve at? I didn't see any. Bill Gardner says, Justin, you're too quick for me. You got the first comment. Double C says, wouldn't go wrong with Veve in 2023 other than the world problems, war, economic recession. I mean, yeah, you're always going to have looming war. I mean, what did Iroh say in Legend of Korra? If you look for the light, you can often find it. But if you look for darkness, that is all you'll ever see. God, that Iroh is such a great heckin' character in Avatar and Korra. Anyway, spoilers, he's Korra for like an episode, half an episode. Justin says, I'm a simple degen. When I see a big Zaddy Chavez video, I click. Oh, speaking of which, ratex.eth domain name and not financial advice. That is moi. Not financial advice. Coda's name says, what's happening, fam? Yo, what up? What up? How's it going? I enjoy you. I enjoy you guys. And all these messages I'm getting. I'm sorry. I gotta. Well. I mean, hold on one second. I'm sorry. Yeah. Moving on. We've got Bill Gardner saying, I hesitated. It was like I slipped on the buy now button. Oh, no. That's a rough time. All Chat Gaming says, let's freaking go. I love this game. Omi Panda says, evening. Well, hello, Omi Panda. How are you doing today, senor? Nirhan R says, do you think the Omi price will drop to 0005 next year? It's possible. I mean, I wouldn't discount it. I would say that there's a greater than 0% chance. I mean, if we get no new people in and this recession gets worse, yes, it's very possible. I would say maybe not greater than 20%. I don't know. I can't say definitively. I mean, if we have, it depends how Q1 goes. If nothing from OUP gets done in Q1, yes. I would say 0005 is likely. If nothing in OUP gets done and no new exchanges, then yes, we can do that. Be advised, I would not expect any exchanges just yet. I think that is, or that should be saved for when we are after bottom. But that is just my opinion. Whippets Run says Rocket Snow. Is that a snowman? Or is that a book? Oh, Rocket Ship Man. Rocket Man. Bill Garner says, just like Elon not putting Neuralink in my brain. I mean, I would love a Neuralink. I'd be one of the first people to hopefully test it. I mean, it seems like it could do a lot. And it seems like right now there haven't been really any negative side effects. We don't know any long-term side effects because it hasn't been studied for that long yet. But yeah, I'd be really curious to see how it affects me. Justin saying, is the token being out before Veve an issue? What do you mean is the token being out before Veve? If you could re-elaborate on that. Like, I mean, Omi's always been out, or yeah. So just re-ask that question, and I promise I'll get to it. Matt Mars saying, yo, thoughts on Thor drop today? It was a success. It was very good for Veve. Get that extra 175,000 in a day. Was a grail. And it will, but I don't want to say a grail. Grail is supposed to mean that it's out of reach for a lot of people, but the secret rare is $1,000. And I get it. That's a lot for, if you're kind of working paycheck to paycheck and like, hey, that's my rent or mortgage or whatever, it's a lot. But it is very achievable, I think, for most people that are on the app. And I don't know if that's a grail should be like just out of reach, and maybe you can't get it at once. It performed a lot poorer than I thought it would, but again, it is a success. It is a successful drop. We don't get too many things where everything is above retail, and I think it's undervalued. So I did not sell mine. I'm gonna keep mine. I just got a common, so do you think it'll pump like AF15 in 3 to 4 days? I mean, I know it'll pump in 2 years. What does it do in the meantime? I don't know. Again, this is very, very scarce. Only 10,000 comic drop, and yeah, I think it's very undervalued. I don't know when it'll pump though. Ronnie87 says Veve is awesome. Bear market sucks. Agreed. Also, what other platform is doing these types of numbers? No one. I don't even know what does Coinbase do? Let's take a look. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I'm burnt out. Not Coinbase. OpenSea. Daily volume on trading volume on OpenSea. Okay, I need to open the. Whew. A little bit, just a little bit. What you want? I got it. What you need? Okay. Well, it had 303 million in trading volume in October for OpenSea, but it doesn't say November or December. Yeah, it doesn't say. Okay, I will. Somebody find that out. Let me know. Matt Mara says, plus it's more valuable than Kang, and Kang is way more expensive than Thor right now. That's a good point. Let me see. Well, Kang's also had a lot of time to marinate in the market. Let's see what that's at. Also, since we have a couple of people here, if we can get people to smash that like button. Free White House, that'd be super great. That'd be super great. That'd be super great. I love you guys. Let's take a look see what Kang is doing. Oh, my body. Okay. Going to the market. Going to the comics. I feel like I am not going to be. Oh, let's check what Thor's at now anyway. 950. Yeah, this is not what I thought would be. 43 for the common. Yeah, it's not what I thought. I feel like nobody really buys or sells Kang right now, so I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to go and find it very quickly, but I'll try. I will. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that is strange. Kang's at 29. Kang's at 3x What? Yeah, that doesn't make sense at all. The same amount of editions, and Kang is 3x of what Thor is. Now, granted, people are gonna really, really love and respect Kang after. I mean, they should have already if they've seen Loki. He'll be in obviously Ant-Man Quantumania, and he will be in Loki season 2, and then obviously he's gonna be in Secret Wars. There's gonna be he's like the next big bad villain up until we have Battle World, until we have Secret Wars. I mean, but he might be in that too. I mean, he's like everywhere. So yeah. So if I had that and I just wanted to trade comic for comic, I would sell the Kang and I would get 3 of the Journey to Mysteries then. But again, that's if I want to trade comic for comic. I mean, having that gives you a lot of room to do a lot of other things. You can complete other sets. You can cash out to buy Omi. You can go and get stack whatever you want to stack. It doesn't have to be the Journey into Mystery. Um, Darth Chaos says, hello there. Oh, General Darth Chaos. Omi Wanda Homie, aka Beskar Batman, says, hello there, Darth. Bill Garn says, how about the Avengers Tower dropping? Veve is just Veve is just like Disney Infinity. Yeah, it's great. And also I have to say, if we compare this to, all right, let's let me Google this. How many sold? Oh, I misspelled. Okay. Relatively affordable compared to the. All right, so this was in April. Rarity. It doesn't really say. I was gonna ask, like, see how many Tom Brady NFTs sold. Prices are really affordable. The rest of NFT land autographs sold 5,000 Tom Brady NFTs at $12 a pop. Okay, and that was his signature, right? Yeah. Other companies do not know how to price NFTs. Other companies do not know how to price things. Veve is the best at pricing, and like, again, Tom Brady has how many millions of followers everywhere, and people love him, like the GOAT. Like apparently he's like greatest quarterback of all time, and like NFTs only selling for 60,000. Like he could probably sold one for more than that if he wanted. But again, that's just the autograph one. I know there was other different tiers that had happened with another company, but yeah. We do be just like Disney though. Power Zachary Roy says, hello Randy, hello Dashi. Hello there. All Chat Gaming says, Avengers Tower is gonna look great with Marvel Mighties and animated Marvel collectibles. Yeah, dude, and it has like the silver Avengers logo at the top. We have the gold Avengers logo as my hip. Oh god, my other hip. We have a gold Avengers logo on the Disney Golden Moment. So I would like, if I had the Avengers Golden logo, I would like to place that there. That would be my addition to that particular piece of art. Change it from silver to gold. So it says Omi token was made before the app. Red flag? Haha. I mean they had that with the app in mind. So I wouldn't say it's a red flag. I would just say that's maybe it's a leftover byproduct of when Ben was around, and that'd be it. Justin Keene says, you prefer comics to collectibles? No, I actually prefer collectibles to comics. But that's just me. Yeah. Justin Keene says, I feel like this was my big mistake, getting rid of comics early when we had no clue. I mean, I didn't buy Marvel Comics #1 when it was, $2 or $3. People were selling it super cheap. There's people that bought hundreds of those and made a heckin' killing. They 100x'd. So yeah, people made lots and lots of money, and I did not. So I just like 200 or 300x. From that point, people made amazing moves because I didn't really know comics as well as I do now, even though I've read a bunch of them. The values and whatever. My experience with most comics are, oh hey, is this a good story? Is this fun? Is this like amazing? What are they talking about? and that was it. I had like a 2 hour live stream once saying like, guys, this is why I'm going for Hitmonkey. Because Hitmonkey, even though they don't really sell in the real world for that much, it's an awesome story. It's an amazing, epic story, and it had a TV show on Hulu. I was like, all right, people are finally going to learn that Hitmonkey did all these amazing things. And then I think the show got canceled, and then there was like a pump group for Hitmonkey that was just like, I'm not going to say who it was that wanted to. I think I'll give it away if I. There was just someone in a random group was trying to use like the women in that group to say like, oh hey, we have this person and this person, as if like using women in a group was like a selling point, saying like, oh yeah, you'll be in the same group as these people, and I was like, my guy, that you are not. Yeah, it was wild. So obviously that whole thing like collapsed, and just which again, I misread that because Hitmonkey's amazing, and it had a show coming out. I was like, okay, he might be in the MCU at some point then, and it's had crossovers with everyone. Like we worked with Shield. I don't think he's been in X-Men, but he's been an operative of Shield. Having stories with Wolverine, having stories with Deadpool and Spider-Man, and it's just, but that good storytelling and amazing characters don't translate when it comes to worth apparently in comics. So yeah, like the Captain America, or not even just Captain America, the entire Jonathan Hickman's Avengers, New Avengers, the Civil War, the Secret Wars, amazing comics, but they don't really do too well in I guess in both digital and physical life. Bill Gardner says, I have more comics. Nice. Jason Lawrence says, hey Randy, what happened? Oh god. So it's in the laundry right now. It is in the laundry right now. Actually, let's take a trip. It should be done. Oh, it's dark in here. We're gonna go to el basement. I don't know the Spanish word for basement, and I might lose you down here because it is. Well, the Wi-Fi is not good down here, so I will keep y'all posted as we go to the laundry. Oh, okay. Is it wet? Nope, we're good. It's dry. I could make such an amazing joke right now, but I won't because there's children watching. Maybe. I don't know how I'm going to be able to bring you up while carrying the laundry in this basket. Thankfully, I have a basket. I'm going to put y'all down right there. Gotta empty out the lint. Mr. Wynn would be proud. Mr. Wynn is a Hey Arnold reference. It's like, oh, there's lint. Your lint. Okay. Okay. We're moving again. Okay. We're going. Oh, I could totally stream from down here if I wanted to. Oh god. My body. Ooh, my other body. Okay. I will take the next comment while I change. 'Tis the fishing season. I heard from a few different people they received Coinbase alert saying to click to verify their info. Definitely steer clear of those phishing sites and emails. They are dangerous. Too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. Okay. Too sexy for the song. Too sexy for this. Okay. Oh. Okay. I'm doing it. I'm becoming mighty. That was a reference to, I forget the name of the movie, Space Jam. Space Jam was the name of that. Where they're working out to a Richard Simmons tape. Saying, I'm doing it. Becoming mighty. Little egg whites. Moving on. Omi Panda says, oh, I just read that. Mr. Coin says, hi. Oh, and this is the Los Angeles Fire Department shirt in all its glory. Oh God. Can I feel like SpongeBob, where he's like looking at his ripped pants. Okay, there. Good dash. Okay. I would not survive a firefighter's workout. Let's take a look at some other stuffs that we've been getting on the market. They've been doing the World of Women, not World of Women, Women x Veve have been doing a couple of giveaways. And speaking of giveaways, Jordan Reese is also doing another giveaway. I haven't shared it on the social yet. So you know how I did a photo contest for 50,000 Omi? Well, Jordan Reese is doing a second contest for 100,000 Omi. This is his 200,000th Omi he's giving away. Let me go and show you guys what to do. Get your free Omi staking and 100K Omi token giveaway 2.0. It's Jordan Reese. It is the right there. I don't know what the promoted tweet is, but yeah, that's the stuff. That's directions. Watch that video on how to get another 100,000 Omi. He's already given away 100,000. I've given away 50,000. He's giving away another 100,000. I have to top him at some point. When I get some more monies and get more Omi, I'm gonna give some away. Omi Panda says, cool shirt. Wow, thank you. Jason Lawrence says, you the man, Randy. Oh, well, thank you. Justin says, certified Hassan. Ah, thanks, man. Gracias, senor. Ryan Webb says, get some. I love firefighters. Oh, I thought you said get a shirt that says I love firefighters. That could give people the wrong message. Yeah, no. So Ryan Webb, if you love firefighters, what you should do is you should go to my last video that I made a few hours ago, and you should go to 1strcf.org and hit the donate button. And all you have to do is donate $10. It's the First Responders Children's Foundation. When you hit that donate button and donate $10, you'll get a reference number. Take a screenshot of that. Email that reference number to queenscourtcharity@gmail.com. That is queenscourtcharity@gmail.com. And you'll be put into a raffle. The raffle will get you... Ooh, this is nice and warm. The raffle is for an Aquapolis Hollow Gyarados, worth, I think minimum $250, but probably $400. And that's before Alcon's signature. If you want to really donate, you have to go to the Queen's Court Charity at Gmail and put in a bid for a base set Charizard. I think it gets a PSA 9. I think that's worth several hundred, if not $1,000. Again, before Alcon's signature. If you win, you get the card, you get with Alcon's signature, and you get a 15-minute phone call with Alcon. And maybe just for participating, you might get something else from me. I don't know what's it gonna be. Yeah, so you will get that. If you really love firefighters. Smarty Pants says, "What's good, Randy? Gonna hit the gym, but want to drop in and say hi." Smarty Pants, oh good, get that gym. I just did some shoulders, did some triceps. It is a good day for gym time. The diet is still, okay. But go get that bread. I had a couple sandwiches today. Had a bunch of pulled chicken. I'm gonna have some pulled chicken tomorrow. And I skipped cardio because I did legs yesterday, and my legs do be hurting though. But yeah, go to the gym, feel myself getting in better shape every day. Jason Lord says, Randy, you met Ryan at Decon. He's the other firefighter. Yes, I did. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Did not know that was the same. Right. Okay, gotcha. Jason Lawrence says, let's all smash that like button. That is a free way to help support the channel. Let's take a look at what the Facebook has been doing on the Veve, because we do have some interesting posts there. Let's see what we've got. We have this guy who says, I think Veve needs to suspend the mobile app, and let's see what happens. Rebuild, secure, a team web app. I commented, like, what do you want to get done? Like, I don't think it's a good idea to cripple Veve's cash flow by shutting down the app. says there's a lot of value in what Veve does. Just because it's collectible doesn't mean it's truly available. But like, what does he want to get done? Oh my God. Okay, but what do you want to get done? But what do you want to get done? I mean, it's one thing to say something, but okay, what do you want to get done in that time? It's like people saying like, "Oh, Elon's messing up on Twitter. He should step down." It's like, okay, well, there's no runaway cost now. The costs are, I think, a fourth of the costs, and there's a third of the people there. And not only is there a third of the people there, a third of the staffing, but he's getting more done with that one third of the people there, rolling out a bunch of updates. It's almost like when the entire platform is not trying to silence one side of the argument and not trying to shadow ban people and delete people's opinions that are different of their own, they can actually get some work done. Wild, right? All Chat Gaming says, he liked it. Oh, thanks, guys. Oh, so if you plan on merging your Veve official account, you will need to withdraw your OMI token before you merge. I have to go and make a video about that as well. They have done, I guess I could read the article real quick. Where is it? Seriously, where'd it go? I could have sworn it. Did they delete it? I think they deleted it. But not to worry, I'll go and read it from the original Akomi Notion site. So who's this for? This is for Veve collectors that currently have OMI tokens stored in their Veve wallet. Typically, this would be because you sent tokens to the app prior to the token migration, or have previously used the bridge instructions to deposit OMI to layer 2, or you have recently sold some Veve collectibles or other tradable items for OMI tokens and wish to withdraw them to your own wallet. But this is only applicable once OUP is live. Yeah, that would be a thing. The quickest way to check your in-app OMI balance is by logging in the Veve web wallet. Any OMI tokens stored inside that Veve app wallet are layer 2 OMI and must be withdrawn to layer 1 if you want to send them to an exchange or layer 1 application. At the time of writing, you can use layer 2 OMI tokens in the Immutable X marketplace to purchase NFTs and inside the Feesh arena, as both of these applications live on layer 2. Be advised, guys, I'd say within the next few years we start to see some actual good layer 3 products, and there's going to be an entire different bridge site, because again, bridging from layer 2 to layer 1 is one thing. Going from a layer 2 to a layer 3 will be a completely other different thing. I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll see. I guess it'd be similar to wrapping, where like, how to explain wrapping? Let's say you're on a highway that can only electric cars can drive on that highway, but you have an ICE car, you have an internal combustion engine. Well, okay, with you wrapping your car, you're basically putting your car inside a bubble, an electric vehicle bubble, and now it can travel on that highway. So that's what you do with let's say with things for wrapping it. Oh, it can't use this mode of transportation. Let's wrap it so it can use that mode of transportation, and then we unwrap it when it gets to the other place. So that's essentially what wrapping is. I don't know if that made any sense. Anywho, let's move on. Immutable X Bridge. The Immutable X ERC20 token bridge allows you to perform new functions. Also, guys, if you have your stuff on exchanges, please get it off. Please get it off. I have to go and message a dude. Be like, hey, now that the holidays are kind of over, did you guys ever move your OMI to a trust wallet? And I'll see if he did, because I got two friends of mine that have a lot of OMI, more than me, and they still have it on Bit4X. I was like, guys, what are you doing? And this was as recently as a month ago, and I haven't followed up to see if they have. I need to like fly out there and like walk them through it, because it needs to be done. Maybe we'll meet up for New Year's or whatever. And so again, there are many videos. Foster Hill has a video on transferring it over to a ledger. I'm pretty sure Val Anderson has a video. Ledger, Trezor Wallet, Trust Wallet, or wallets, or ledgers. I don't think it matters. I have mine on several different trust wallets, and yeah, you know. Andrew Detox says they're brave. They're yes, they are brave, but they are taking unnecessary risk, I think. Oh, I thought it would be awesome to meet up with you for a drink. I might be there. There may or may not be a small gathering. We'll keep you posted. Okay. That's Gary-O at 1234CA3. Okay. Moving on. About this. Oh, you ever feel like a misfit? Okay. The instructions below will show how to use the the Immutable X token bridge to get started at MetaMask. If you don't have that, set one up. It's not terribly confusing. You're gonna get another seed phrase. You're gonna get another thing. You're gonna have which network. Ethereum is usually the best to have it on, but it depends on what you want to do. You can get to Feesh from there. You can go to Feesh Arena. You can go to the Feesh marketplace. You can just go to feeshes.com. It allows you to interact with the Ethereum blockchain. If you do not have a MetaMask wallet installed on your desktop computer, please download and set up your wallets before interacting with the bridging site, please. Anyone? Yeah. So when you get your seed phrase, for those of you that don't have one yet, if you're just in Veve and you want to get into Omi, you're going to get a seed phrase that's either 12 or 24 words long. It's words. They're separate words. Write it down. Do not take a picture. Do not screenshot. Write it down, and then write it down again, and then write it down again. So yeah, it's, so you have 3 copies of it. And because if you, God forbid, if you take a picture or screenshot it and then email it to yourself, God forbid, your email gets hacked or your phone gets hacked, that's just a bad day. You do not want that to happen. So yeah, do that. Keep that somewhere secret. So like, am I Gandalf? Like, is it secret? Is it safe? Please, please do that. So yeah. This is your ultimate backup code if you lose access to your wallets. Anyone with that phrase can gain access to your accounts. Please store it offline and in a safe place. They will never ask you for it, and anyone that does is trying to scam you. So add OMI to the MetaMask. If you are new to MetaMask or have not used it to interact with the OMI token before, you will also need to add the OMI token to your wallet in order to view. So it's really confusing. Well, I should just try to open a browser and let me see if I could paste this down in the comments. And then you guys can just read it instead of me just being a Mr. Boring up here. Huzzah! I did it! Oh, that was really fast. That was really legit. Okay. Gabriel Druin says, today's secret rare is now back above 1K. That thing is a grail and should be priced much higher. I agree 100%. I'm glad to see that's back up over 1,000 now. It's so strange that this is how you could tell we're in such a deep, deep bear market, because of that. The uncommon uncommon is cheap at $33. I of course got a common. Honestly, I would have been salty if I did get a secret rare and this is the price. I was like, what? I got a secret rare, this is the price. It just doesn't make sense. I would say, I think Sleepin' Comics had mentioned that this is one of the top 10 Marvel comics of all time. So I'm very, very excited just to have a common. VM says, will sub 100 mints first appearance be the ultimate thing to collect? If yes, when do you think people will realize it? I don't want to say it's the ultimate. It just adds other layers. It just adds other layers of collectability. Some people won't really care about mint number. Some people will just be like, I just want the collectible. It's like back in the day when you were able to get Red's Pikachu. How did you get Red's Pikachu? You had to buy 5 Pokemon packs, and then you get the card. And some places ran out of Pokemon card packs, and they're like, oh, hey, I'd love to give it to you, but we ran out of packs. Like, well, do you have the card? Yeah, we have the card, but we have to sell packs with it. It's like, dude, give me 5 pieces of tinfoil. I don't care. I just want the card. I feel like some people really might. I don't know how many of them there are. I think because the community is so adamant about low mint numbers and first appearances that I think that some of the attention does get taken away from the artwork. Because I mean, even now in Pokemon, let's look at a couple of these that I have right here. Ooh. Let me see a good one. Well, some of these really are not that good. Okay, here's just a form of Mewtwo we've never seen before, that has Life Sucker and Cyburn. Oh wow, Cyburn's 110. Like, it's just an interesting piece of art, and it's just a new art of Mewtwo. Here's the pre-release Dark Gyarados. This is actually a really cool card. There's a whole bunch of them, and it's just some of the artwork is cool, and some people think, oh, because it's a pre-release and because whatever, and yeah, that makes it cool too. Spinarak, very very weak Pokemon. Nobody really has it on their team, especially a Dark Spinarak. Um, but it's just some of the artwork is just interesting. Have you ever seen Spider's Webs? Spider's Webs are just that's art, Mr. White. It's beautiful. Oh, here we go. Ooh, okay. I see a Pikachu, Pika, and then a Mischievous. Oh god, that's like some of the. I feel like people say, "Oh, it's not that good a card. It's not that it's not that much money. It's not that worth it." Doesn't mean you can't enjoy the artwork. Yeah, first appearance. Again, what did that Veve feed poll say? I took a screenshot. I'll show you guys again. And again, only 765 people voted. But what is more important to people? First appearance or low editions? And the overwhelming majority said first appearance was more important to them. But that's of the 765 people that answered. That's of the community right now. What do we have? 17,000 active wallets each week. It's a relatively small number in comparison to what we will have. So that could change on a dime. That could change very very quickly. But I will say that yes, there's some things everyone's just going to want. And some people won't care about if it's a first appearance or not. Some people won't care that it's good or bad artwork or it's low. They just want that particular one. I think at some point this journey into mystery will see that. I think AF15's kind of already seen that a little bit. We have collectibles that do see that. But yeah, if you happen to be privileged enough and you worked hard enough, or either one to be able to get, you don't just want any old one. You want something with either a cool mint number or lower mint number. And I think Superman does this really well. The first appearance, it's first appearance Superman, and it's beautiful. Like, granted, his right leg is not attached, but it's still beautiful. It's one of the best looking on the app, in my opinion. Not animated, but it has 8,888 additions. That means there are quite a lot of 4 digits, and it makes the 3-digit a little special because there's a lot less of the 3-digit than there are of the 4-digit. And then that makes the 2-digit even more special because it's that added layer of collectability. There's only so many of them. There's a very few. So I think that does make it a bit more special. You have it a little bit when you have comics that are like 60,000 mint runs. Okay, a comic that's 60,000. Well, there's a bunch of 5-digit ones, and then the 4-digit ones are a little more special. 3-digit ones are very special, and then 2-digit ones don't really exist outside of giveaways from Marvel. Sub 100 mint first appearances. The ultimate, probably, yeah. I mean, this is why I'm going so hard on the Marvel Mighties. Yeah, the Captain America and the other actual collectibles, the Invisible Woman. It looks better as statues than they do with the Mighties. But again, people care about the first appearances. So That's why I'm doing it. Um, and I also have a. Ooh, I got a message from a homie. Okay. Um, so my friend says, no, I need you. Afraid we'll screw it up. So I said, haha, okay, when's the next time? I don't know if we could. I don't know if we could do it on. If he's in New York, we could do it on a laptop, maybe. Um, this is the time you're free. We'll do it on the phone, or next time we meet up in person. Okay. Oh yeah. So one of the other things I wanted to say about the Mighties. A buddy of mine says, I love those Marvel Mighties. They feel like the most versatile thing on Veve. Makes some sense. Makes some sense. And when do people realize it? I think they're kind of already realizing it now without realizing it. Like, yeah, it's where people are voting one way, but I feel like they're not voting with their money. They're saying what they feel and what they want and what they like, but they're not speaking with their money. They're not talking with them. They're saying one thing and then on another poll, oh no, I'm just cashing out. I mean, it doesn't really work to say one thing and then to do another, which is fine. Like, by all means, if you have bills to pay, if you want dry powder, which I think is really responsible for this next upcoming year because you think things are going to go down more, absolutely, more power to it. You are most likely doing the right thing. But it's just, if you say one thing and then Vivi says, okay, what you want, we're going to give you what you want, and then you're not putting money where your mouth is, Vivi's going to be like, the fudge. They're going to get a little confused, get a little confuzzled. And again, I'm sure they know what's going on. They have more data, than all of us put together because they have it at the source. The analytics, you can see that very, very easily. That's like, so I mean, I think people have already realized it. It's just they haven't put that into action yet. Not says buying VV Grails is a call option on OMI tokens. Fair, fair. Nomad Guitar says best way is to hook up your MetaMask to your ledger. You can do that as well. You just do not fall for any phishing emails. Do not fall for any phishing stuff. 1 to 10, commas and zeros, hi. Says 1 to 10, how much do you honestly, genuinely believe in OMI, Randonite? Enough to put everything in there. Enough not to sell when I was a millionaire. And enough to where if I get an additional influx of cash, at least 40%, if not more, would go into it. Would go into OMI at these prices, knowing full well that we're in for a decent amount of pain next year. So yeah, a lot. I would say 9.8 out of 10 because 10, I mean enough to where I do something that seasoned financial advisors would not do. Would go all in. And it's not that I'm not a seasoned financial advisor. I am. I've done it for years. Obviously not to you guys, just to my clients, but in the businesses I had before this. But I know the winner. This is the clear winner. Is more evident day by day. And the reason I say 9.8 is because there's other factors that could come in, like and that would just be like short to midterm, like the next few months to the next year or year and a half. Anything after that, 2024, late 2024 and beyond, it's just going to be pure bliss. It's going to suck for a couple of years, I said 9.8 because you do have. Okay, well, Putin thought this war would be swift and quick, and it is anything but, and it is not looking good. And it's even if he wins, what's he going to get? Like, you have 30% of Ukrainian power stations that are not working. You have 100,000 Ukrainians that have died in this war. You have a bunch of like it's still a loss for him. Like I mean, nobody really wins in war, but Zelensky is not doing a terrible job when it comes to defending the country against Putin. Like I said, nobody wins in war, but you can't really count that as a loss. I'm not going to say it's Charlie Sheen, winning, but it is. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that Putin can go super crazy. I mean, he's getting older and maybe lost a step or two, and mine might not be as sharp, and he might just say, "Heck it, I'm gonna take it all with me." Like, what did Andros say at the last level of Star Fox? If I go down, I'm taking you with me. And then Fox is like, ah, and then James McLeod comes and says, "Don't ever give up, my son." And then Fox is like, "Father?" And he's like, "Follow me, Fox. You've become so strong, Fox." And then just, oh God, it's such a good game. Such a good, sorry. We're getting way off the web. But yeah, 9.8 commons and zeros. Omicron, so it's 3 commons in the fam today. Let's go! Get that Omicron. And I guess the other thing is, you could have, common zeros, you could have famine, there's a bunch of other things, let's say we want to, the world's politics move into a way where we aggressively go to reliably sustainable energy, and it's not electric. Let's say it's not solar. Let's say it's fusion. Let's say fusion is very, very interesting because I think that's scalable a lot quicker. Elon Musk's doing the best with his Powerwall, his battery, his auto bidder, or whatever, but fusion is that way that could scale very, very quickly. I don't think it'd be done right now, but if you have that and then you have an accident and suddenly it explodes and it kills 8 million people, that could be very bad too, and that could put a stop onto a lot of different things. So I mean, there's always that black swan scenario that could come in and you just get absolutely wrecked. I don't think any of that would really affect Omi though. Alien invasion, David and Dan get kidnapped. I mean, these are some things that most likely never going to happen, but again, one of the things that some people are taught in the military is to think of the things that nobody else is thinking about, and to try to come up with scenarios and like, hey, this is this is not in our textbooks, it's not in our guidelines, it's not in our training. What do we do in this scenario? Well, fudge, I don't know. Nobody knows. This has never happened. And so I take that and I use that and make it applicable in real life. What about these scenarios? Hadn't thought of that. Yeah. Oh, moving on. Noah Guitar says, imagine if you could stake your NFT on Veve. You might have staking of NFTs as well. They haven't really mentioned that in a while. But that is something that is possible to happen. No. That's not a gift card. Head out here. VM says, most iconic NFT collection on Veve? Choose only one. Ooh. I mean, Vader comes to mind. The entire golden moments really come to mind too, because that's more of a staple on Veve. I mean, that's a staple ever. That's their first things on the blockchain. I don't know how that is so special. The golden moments are absolute. Again, you have less than 4,000 people that can ever get those. The entire sets. Yeah, that's. But I mean, Vader's pretty dope. Most iconic. I would say those. I mean, you do have that first set. You do have the Batman. But that first set, anything could have been the first set. It's special because that's the first set. That, and it's got errors, and it's got that's really good. If we want to do like an A-Force type of thing in Avengers Endgame, you saw A-Force is a group of women in the Marvel universe, and you kind of got a hint of it in Avengers Endgame, where Peter Parker's like, oh, like how he gives the gauntlet to Captain Marvel's like, how are you gonna get it through there? And then Okoye is like, don't worry, she'll have help. And then just all the women that's pretty awesome. So in that same breath, um you have a bunch of the DC bombshells. You have Big Barda, and you have oh god, who does Nightwing boink? Who does Starfire? You have Harley Quinn in there. You have Lady Death. There's not Lady Death, just that character. So that's pretty cool, but iconic. Gotta give. I would have to say golden moments, or Clever Jerks number 66 set of Vader. I don't know how that dude. I don't know how much he had to spend to get number 66 Vaders on all of them, but if we're talking about individual set, there's that guy that has those Disney posters, all of them number 41 except for 45, the purplish ones. Um, I mean, Dr. Prophet's giant 400, thing of 400, waltz is pretty wild. My 41 VV logo is pretty wild, but no, we're talking about iconic. Yeah, those are pretty dope. Yeah. VM says, I have a sub 100 Superman. I cherish it. Keep that. That's going to be so heckin' valuable in the future. Superman, A tier. S tier character, but A tier collectible. Wes says, Secret Rare Thor comic seems stupid, undervalued, so I picked one up. Yeah, I think it is. It's very undervalued. Not a bot says, I spent 10K on VV last week. Bottom enough for me. Savage, brother, savage. Yeah, and if it goes down more, will dollar cost average more? But yeah, things have gotten pretty bad. I don't think they can get much worse. And if they do, I think this is pretty close to bottom, at least for VV. And because again, there's only so low that it can go, and new people come in every week. And some people are whales. Like there's a lot of whales on here cleaning up. Like you got your Mr. Rolexes, you got your Mr. MC1s, you got your silent whales that you only see at decon. You got your silent whales that really are just behind the scenes that only very few people know who they are. You have the people that the influencers know, and then you have you have your Dr. Profits, the people that are kind of public but not really public. Yeah, and again, it doesn't take someone to have $10 million to do something. You could just have somebody with 100 grand and then go all in. Like, yeah, it's that's all it takes, and all you need is a couple people to do that. So the reason why you didn't see me have a big effect on the VV app is because I went all in on Omi, and my capital is relatively limited outside of that. So when we have Omi to NFT and we have that arbitrage opportunity, suddenly you have a bunch of people that found money ready to go hardcore into this stuff. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Greg Tiller says, someone should make a channel strictly devoted to 5-minute synopsis of your long-form content. Oh, I should. If someone wants to do that, by all means. Someone wants to put, like, Randy Chavez clip show. Sure. Lori Brenner says, hey, Randy, hope you're having a great day. Thank you, Lori. I hope your day's okay, too. I heart you, Lori, for being able to put on the charity that I've mentioned a lot. Speaking of which, got that Los Angeles City Fire Department shirt representing those peeps. Oh yeah, this is a really good set too. Tina Rudy have that 1977 R2D2 and C3PO. That's a really good set too. Straight fire. So yeah, you have a bunch of really cool sets that other people have. I have received a bid on my Earth 2 properties. They can go heck themselves. I ain't buying. Gabriel Druin says, David mentioned him and Dan no longer fly on the same plane. They started doing that at Decon Anaheim, I believe, in case something bad happens. It's very good. I applaud them for doing so. Should have been doing that for a long time, but yeah. like the president and vice president, you know. Victor Siri says, need all Back to the Future sets. I don't have the posters. I have. I don't have the hoverboards either. Oh yeah, I'm hecking up on those. Hoverboards I should probably get. Probably be good to have. All Check Games says that's nuts. Yeah, it is. Um, but makes sense. Metaverse says, how much do you care about your MCP points short term, Randy? Um, I mean short term. Well, I'll tell you. I have I think 70 sets, 71 sets, whatever. Because yes, they will help in the with MCP, and even though I won't be able to compete with everyone, or even with the top 100 people, if there's a certain drop that I think is undervalued, I can use all my MCP points for that particular thing. And that's fine. They should have it at the top, use or lose points. Like, you have to use this many points by this date, or they're just going to be lost. Cool. I do that because I think that will help, and I got a bunch of cheap sets from Decon, from posters. I don't really love the James Bond posters. They're okay. I got them because they're heckin' cheap. I don't love the Decon mascot from the UK version, but he's $10 for a set. So I do it for that, but I also do it because how can I really say I have skin in the game if I were to only have 20 sets? How can I really say, oh yeah, I like these, and then not really be invested? It looks better if, oh yeah, Randy Chavez got like 70 sets. He's got 600 collectibles. Yeah. He's doing okay. It just gives me a little more credibility as well. That's more of a byproduct and an added bonus, but it is part of the reason why I did get some sets. Again, I would much rather sell 2 or 3 of those sets and get another, sub 100 Marvel Mighty. Because I love those. I have a really good feeling about them. Could be wrong. Been wrong before. About small things. VM says, I'm a silent whale. Ha 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 ha. Greg Tiller says, I'm a silent whale. Oh. VM says, with a sole focus on sub 100 mints. VM, send me a message. Or maybe a dolphin. Maybe. Oh, dude, have you guys ever seen Mermaids, The Body Found? Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Go watch that. It's a documentary. I don't even know if you can find it on YouTube anymore. So I posted a thing before. It says, my friend has an ornament, it's an entire pool table filled with ornaments from like one tree. And one of my cousins responded, this is my mom, but like 5x more boxes I have to haul back and forth. It's fucking great. Carlos Castron says, Metaverse leak, Disney theme parks, AR, Star Wars, Iron Man. The video is on White Lash channel. I recommend to watch it. Bullish, 4 minutes long video. White Lash. I put in White Lash and a bunch of things on CNN, and Trump and racism comes up. So I don't. Okay, let me put in White Lash Disney. I feel like that's gonna be. If you can send me the link or tell me exactly what to type in, Disney theme park, AR, Disney theme park, Metaverse, AR, Star Wars. Yeah, I'm not getting anything with these. If you can tell me exactly what to do, that would be super fantastic. Oh, Instagram. Okay, hang on. Okay. Oh, hey. Oh, hi. Hold on. Sub 100s. Get that fire. I'm sorry I haven't seen your stuff, VM, before. It just, there's so many messages, it just gets lost. Well, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You got amazing stuff. Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool beans, Mr. VM. Okay, where was I? NFTs is fire, straight fire. Not a bot, says Randy. You are holding your MCP points for Pokemon? I mean, not really, because I don't think we get Pokemon for a while. Even if negotiations had gone on in the best way, and even if they secured the license, I don't think we'd get it for a while. I think they would want to have, oh, mother flapper. Oh, I think they'd want to have, and I also, yeah, I think they would want to have a little bit more of the app fix. But then again, were we ready for Disney? I don't think we were. I don't think the app was ready for Disney, but they, you know, they did it. They rolled it out. Oh, wow. Nice. Which one? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna wait for somebody to tell me on YouTube what to. Who was that that commented? Yeah, Carlos Castron. Send it to me, or tell me what to type in on YouTube. Tron Skywalker is chanting, Randy, Randy, Randy. Turtle says, Randy, Randy, Randy. Thanks for keeping the community strong through 2022. Thank you. I am doing my very best. And thank you guys for 50 likes. That means the world. Okay, Carlos said, there you go. Did you send it? Where'd you send it? Okay, did you send it on the Twitter? All right, hold on. I want to see on the Twitter. Did you send it on the... Ooh, Amar Singh's Museum and Charitable... Oh, mother flapper. Contributions, January 21st, January 23rd, exceed $8 million. Oh, wow. Bunch of the Red Cross. A lot of voices. Good for you. I gotta go. Oof. I gotta go and post this out later. Or I gotta make a video. Carlos Castron, I don't know. VM says, comment on your last post on Insta. Call me Alex. Nice to meet you. Of course, of course. Okay, white. Oh, slash. Okay, slasha? White slasha vidviv. Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. No. White slash VV. Okay. Avid collector.
Hey everybody, Tim Gilbert here. I was browsing YouTube yesterday and a metaverse video came up regarding Unreal Engine. They had a conference.
Oh yeah, I remember when they did that. Hold on.
But the founder of this other company at the end, so watch till the end. It's pretty cool and exciting. There are some.
Yeah, this was out a while ago. I did a video or two on it, but let's see what he says.
Doing cool stuff with tech as well and being based in Santa Monica. So one day, we're sitting there working on the airplanes and we get a knock at the hangar door and in walks Iron Man. We became involved in the company and from that we started to get connected into Disney. And this is where it now gets really fun. So we've gone from this DoD company where we've created this world's first outdoor metaverse up in the sky, fighter pilots to go up in real airplanes and train in a digital landscape. So we're blending the best of simulation with the best of being outdoors and doing the job for real.
I'm sorry, I'm so ugly.
And then Disney come knocking at our door and they're like, hey, we heard you've built a metaverse outdoors. And the challenge Disney have is they've got the theme parks and the physical rides inside the theme parks, and they have a whole bunch of digital content. Well,
what does that say? What does that say? Oh, relax. Here's how to buy Disney NFTs. Thankfully, that doesn't mean Disney NFTs are non-existent. They're just somewhere else on Veve. It's an app-based NFT market. Oh, where did he get this from? Of all things, the very first Marvel-related NFT that found its way minted on the blockchain was an NFT collectible of Marvel's tie-in comic with Japanese Super Sentai icon Ultraman. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay.
To modernize theme park rides, billions of dollars to do that. And how do you make them relevant? And secondly, how do you capitalize on the sheer amount of digital content, like not least Star Wars and Marvel and on all of this kind of stuff? The answer is for them, metaverse. The problem is they didn't have a means of accessing the metaverse inside the theme parks. Why is that? Because so far there's no technology or augmented reality technology that works outdoors or in dynamic environments. Well, guess what we built? Iron Man lived next door to us. This makes a ton of sense. So Disney came knocking. And now I'm going full circle back to my childhood, and I'm going to geek out on this because this stuff's really cool. Disney came and they wanted a flight demo. So we took them up on a flight demo. But when we took Disney up to go do air-to-air combat, we weren't training against peer adversaries. When we took Disney up, we flew through the cube. As we flew through the cube, the Star Wars music played.
Oh.
As we flew out of the cube...
Oh, I don't know if I can have that. The sound might...
The Star Wars and all that in the sky. And what I mean by...
I don't know if I can play that.
Massive Death Star.
Oh, I can't play the music.
Oh, life-size. It's like... X-Wing fighter with Luke Scott. He's there. And then I go to take gas, but it's not a tank.
Nope. All right, so I can't play the rest because of the music. I'll get demonetized, so I won't. Ooh, okay, cool beans. Coolio. Excuse me. There is something else that should have been, buddy of mine says, when Randy's comments about aliens taking David hits you. I have to post that and be like, I gotta post that at some point. But yes, that is actually a really cool video. That is, hold on, sweet vid. I have to go and give, again, I've done videos on that before. It is really cool. Let me just say, on that before. Smash that like button. But let me also say that the relationship between Disney and Veve is very, very intimate. And we should not be surprised by what comes, whatever may come. What will happen will, and what won't. Only Panda says, I had to make that for you. Well, thank you. That was a good one. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Oh, God. Oops. How much of this did I drink? Maybe about 40%. Let's say 35%. So I had about 35 grams of protein. It was 90, 140, 130, 150, 60, 35. All right, I had about 195 grams of protein today. I need about another 10-ish more. Milhams, that's what's cracking, buddy. Oh my God, what's going on, Milham? It's been a while. I hope you and Brandy are having a amazing holiday and end of year. Tell me, what is your New Year's resolutions? I'll tell you a couple of mine. Show you yours if you show me mine. Or I'll show you mine if you show me yours. So mine is New Year's resolutions for 2023. Become a millionaire again. Help my friend's company secure $30 million US in funding. Get Omi to be accepted on a high-end store. Complete all new Marvel Mighties collectibles that Veve puts out. Get 10,000 subs on YouTube. Get into shape. And then I added something that was not necessarily on Twitter. It was more over on the Facebook. But I added something for interviews. Interview more politicians, musicians, actors, comedians, and culturally relevant people. Milham says we had a crazy earthquake last week. Oh, tell me about that, girl. Tell me about that earthquake. And is everybody okay? Greg Tiller says 1 gram per body weight, a bit outdated. You're doing great. So what is the new thing? If it's because I think I don't know what I weigh now. It's I want to say a lot, but it's probably not a lot because even though I gained a bit of fat, I definitely lost a good bit of muscle. So it is probably evened out a bit. Probably at 195, give or take, maybe 196. Obviously not in the best shape ever. But yeah, tell me what I should be doing as far as protein intake. If it is outdated. Greg Tiller says, check out Peter Attia, Lane Norton on protein if you're interested. I shall. Wes says, Zaddy forgot his 2023 goal of reaching 200 million OMI. Listen, I'm out of things to sell unless I go back to work, which I honestly, guys, now, if I'm, part of the reason why I didn't go back to work and part of the reason I retired is because, like, okay, well, YouTube was going good early 2021. Really good. I am getting, and that took a big hit. In January, I was getting 400 people viewing me every night by myself. And then more if I interviewed Foster, or more if I interviewed Mr. Pags, or more if I interviewed other whales. And then obviously now, there's 59 people here. And then another hit when I took a week off, my first vacation in like 2 years, to go, probably longer than that, to go on vacation with a friend for my birthday, which I desperately needed. And I was getting between 13 and 1,800 views per video. And then when I get back, it's between like 500 and 700 per video. YouTube algorithm is brutal. And this was fine when I kept growing, but now for the first month ever, I've actually lost subscribers month over month. So it might make sense to kind of put YouTube on the back burner and then go back to work. And this way I could go and get a little more OMI. If I was growing, even slowly, I would be like, okay, at least this is still in the trajectory in which I want to go. But if YouTube is not going the trajectory I want to go, and you're going to be losing subscribers anyway, I might as well go back to work and then, do YouTube like at night and make like a video at night where you'd still see me. It just wouldn't be, kind of this long form podcast type thing. But again, I'm not 100% sure yet. I do have other projects that I am kind of doing right now. It's just they're not going to pay off for a while. So we'll, I'll keep you posted. I'll see. And if that does happen, then yeah, I could potentially try to get more OMI. Milham's 6.4 earthquake in Humboldt, worst one I've been through since '89. Milham, how old are you? I don't think you're that old. All right, yeah. Greg Tiller says 0.7 grams per body weight is my understanding. There's benefits to eating more protein beyond simply building muscle. Thermogenic, burns more calories. Yeah, the more muscle you have, the more your body naturally burns, that it needs to burn just to fuel everything. But 0.7 does not seem like a lot, especially because with how much generally you want to eat, or my body wants to eat. Obviously, my body's fat and it's going to want to eat a lot anyway, but just also the type of training I'm doing really should probably I'd probably get a little more calories in. I should definitely cut out the carbs, at least cut out the bread. But again, if I want to grow muscles, I need a little bit more of that. Greg Tiller says, so I eat a bit more for insurance and additional benefits. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk, of course. Zolad Michael says, 187 sucker. Lost 27 pounds in 2 months. Most of the weight was my pride, and I'm guessing, damn you, Omi. My pride. Missed the show, but hope you're well. Thank you. I'm doing all right. I'm chill. Greg Tiller says, agreed, is pretty low. Basically, it's really easy to hit minimum effective dose of protein. I don't want the minimum. I don't half-ass anything. I whole-ass one thing, if that makes sense. I'm excited. It might be in my... And again, I don't know if I could really start a job and then be like, oh, hey, I want to go to Miami next month. Hey, I want to go to, I guess go... the benefits of being in high-risk lending and having my own business was really just the amount of money that I could give to loan out to business owners. And then that's what you do. You get money back. And, it takes a little while, but you get to get the machine rolling. But once you do, you're making a lot of money. And, do I really want to do that? To work my balls off for 3 months just to make, that money? And then, God, it's so stressful. And it's rough, man. It's just on the phone. It sucks. And then again, taking what money that I have and then rolling it into deals, and I'm not buying OMI, and it might not be worth it to do that. The Pokemon thing, again, I could get the ball rolling again, but it's just, how do you sell 1,000 cards? You have to buy 1,000 cards. You have to go and see what's undervalued. You have to go, it's really rough. The two businesses that I had at the time, which were super successful, it wouldn't be impossible to start again. I could do it. It's like when fighters get older, and it's like I could still get in shape. It's just gonna take me a little while longer. I could do it again. It's just I I feel as old as Dashie. I don't know how old Dashie is, but in dog years, I've had Dashie for 5 human years. So yeah. Godzilla says, what kind of job? Godzilla Goo says, what kind of job? Well, there were businesses. One was high risk lending, and the other was, buying and selling Pokemon cards. Hold on one second. And going back, it'd just be rough. I mean, I do technically advise people. Obviously, it's not a ton of money. And again, I'm working on about 3 other different projects that will pay off. It's just going to take a while. So short term, do I want to get OMI? Yeah, of course. But and then, God, yeah, that's really difficult to choose. I'll have to meditate on it. Eva Gonzalez, 200 million OMI is like $160,000. That's insane conviction. I mean, so I always compare it to myself. I put in 550K into the project, and I only have 150 million OMI because I bought it when it was much higher. So if I would have just waited another year and bought this year, yeah, I'd have 400 million OMI, 500 million OMI. If I had waited till right now to buy, Jesus, I don't know. I'd have over $500 million. So yeah, I would have. So it's really not the amount is not insane. The amount that you'd have to do to get 200 million, 160,000. I did over 3 times that, obviously, when last year. So that is not really insane. Maybe it is, because I'm not generally, I'm not the norm of society. Definitely cowboy outlier. It'll pay off. I was early, but I'm just letting y'all know. Chago Solo said, "What's up, Randy? What's up, Chago?" Beans and Boo says, "I just need someone to teach me from the get-go, like kindergarten." Well, what do you want to know, Beans and Boo? Comment down below what you want to know, and I will do my best to teach. Oh, should I not have these? Oh, we set a website? What the fudge? Okay. Ugh. Okay, all right. Interesting. Okay. Camels are so cool. All right, moving on. Oh no, that was it. So yeah, Beans. While I wait for Beans and Boo to comment, let's take a look at some other stuff on the app. I'll take a look at the logo, see how the logo is doing. I think it was down to, what was it down to? 3,100, 3,199, so 3,200. The cheapest sub 100 is 5K. So you get about the floor is about 64% of the sub 100 right now. Not terrible, not terrible. It's less than 2x. If I mean, the sub 100s on the Veve logo aren't as special, because because there's no 4 digits clearly, and they're all 3 digits except for the 2 digits. So I think sub 100s become less special when you have things like Donnie or you have things like Miles Morales, because there's so few of them already. It's like, okay, just grab one. It's like trophy cards, right? PSA 8 or PSA 9. For Pokemon cards, does it really matter? You just get the card. Grade doesn't really matter as much at that point. Um, so that's interesting. Keep your eye on the VV Gold and Silver logos. Um, Sorry, had a itch. Let's take a look at the Mighties because I love the Mighties. Let's take a look at M'Baku. M'Baku is at $3.33. That's really low. You know what, Willow Kid? I'm gonna buy it. I bought your M'Baku for $3.33 because I have no self-control and I needed it. But when the next one's $3.90, might as well. There's currently no M'Baku that I would go for that's sub 100. Let's try Nakia. Got a bunch of her. Nakia, whose floor price is $4.37. There is nothing down there that I would like at the sub 100 level. Namor is at $70.50. I don't believe there's anything on Namor. I think the number 47 might be okay at 303, but it's a sub 50. The rest of them I don't think are really worth it on the sub 100 level. Let's try Okoye. But before we try Okoye, we got a question from Beans and Boo. It says, "Oh my, so many questions. How do you even begin to know what to look for? And what are the clues when looking at the investments such as OMI?" Well, determine what your timeline is for investing and the amount of risk that you have. Beans and Boo, forgive me for assuming your gender, but you look like a lady with is that an earring or is that a hood? So I don't know if you have kids or not. Obviously, if you have kids, your risk tolerance goes, it's not as good as if you're, single. And again, I don't know how old you are. For me, if I put all of my money at risk, which I do, which I have done always, it doesn't matter if it goes south because no one's affected but me. If I had a wife or a kid or a combination of both and pets, and it's like, okay, I really need to start thinking about other people other than myself. In which case you really wouldn't want to do that. But also it's like, hey, if you want to make as much money as possible, as quickly as possible, day trading might be a little bit, if you want to learn how to do that, that might be an avenue to go down. If you're just like, hey, I have a steady income and I trust, I won't say me, but if you have a steady income and only put in what you're willing to lose, if you, and what you're willing to lose should be based off of, can you lose what you put in and still be okay if an emergency happens? Like, yeah, I have my car payment, I have my, this and that, and, it's fine. Okay, well, can you still afford to pay everything if an emergency happens? Like, car gets totaled and you have to pay for the car and then you can't get to work without the car and you just, you're scrambling. And it's like, well, you have the amount for payment, but you have enough to fix the car, Determine what you're able to afford to lose and act like every single penny that you invest could be gone at any moment. And then once you figure that out, you could determine, okay, am I going to invest and see what happens in a year? I don't really recommend because, the markets are very cyclical and markets don't go in terms of months and, they go really in terms of years and decades. Are you saving for retirement? Which is like, okay, well, you just look pretty young and you probably have like 30 years to go before really thinking about retirement, or maybe not, depending on how much money you have to spend or invest and allocate towards. Look at people that are really good at capital allocation, and I don't mean to like pat myself on the back with this, but I'm, oh God, I really feel like Yeah, I'm really giving myself too much praise. Be advised, I'm not. I am in this teeny tiny room where I rent out a room at a friend's house with, no girlfriend anymore and no, yeah, dashy keeping company. So, but as far as doing things financially and the average rate of return on each investment I do, I think is unmatched. And especially, being able to retire at 30, which would have been much sooner had I not joined the military. Um, Take a look at people that are really good at capital allocation and see what they are. Oh, I'm empty nester. So it's just me. Need to look into setting up for retirement, living comfortably. So empty nester, I'm guessing your kids are at college or they're off or whatever, which, how old are you? You don't look really old in the photo. Anyway, if you're looking like 3 years down the line, for me, that's like golden because, that happens to be really in the top of the next bull market. That happens to be in the top of the, most things I'll say is OMI, because that I think has the best ROI. But regardless of what I'm looking into, 48 and proud. Fun of the Sons, Pikachu loves you, Randy. Thank you so much. Regardless of what you're looking into, take a look at the CEO. Well, first, if it's a stock, and I'm going to get a lot of people I'm going to get some hate for this comment. If you're paying dividends, you do not know what to do with your funds. I'll repeat that. If you are paying dividends, that tells me that you as a CEO or you as, whoever in the company do not know what to do with your funds and you're not good at capital allocation. When I take a look at a company, whether it's high risk lending, whether it's stocks, whether it's, whoever's inventor of a crypto, I look at as many interviews as I can of that person. When it was Veve and Omi, okay, David, Dan, Alcon, however many interviews they had, I watched. When I was taking a look at Tesla, okay, Elon, and there's a lot of history with Elon. And you take a look at the motivations behind not just what they do, but the reasons why they do them as well. And what experience do they have in this field? Like, okay, David and Dan, very easy to see that David is a very, very, very extraordinarily seasoned collector, entrepreneur, businessman, like Titan. Dan, also very successful in his past businesses as well. And they were fairly different businesses. So they work really, really well together because one CEO and one COO. And they do this where they're also very different people. David is agreeable and he's respectful and he's every bit, and he's, Asian, hard worker. Like one of the Asians are just hard workers. Again, agreeable, hardworking. He is going to get the respect of pretty much, and again, his accomplishments get the respect of everyone that you see. Dan, very disagreeable, very conscientious. Also, like he has no off button. The energy he has is unmatched. By coming in close is maybe David and Reese, but the energy that he has is unmatched. He can go without sleep. He can, again, disagreeable, he's good in negotiations. Conscientious, he knows they're not just thinking short term. They're thinking very, very long term with this. Again, if they cared about what other people thought of certain, swings and misses that they had, they would not be able to do this. They're focused on the outcome and the output of what they're doing. Doing things with the team they have and the resources they have that nobody else can do. Nobody else is doing. If you wanted to look at, and then look at ROI, look at market cap. I'm very interested in getting back into Tesla because the market cap went from over $1 trillion to like 400-ish billion. And it lost like $600 billion. But what is fundamentally different about Tesla? like, are they making less cars? Did they shut down a gigafactory? No, they didn't. They're producing more cars, and their costs are getting cheaper, the margins are going wider, and they're cutting costs for consumers. They're eating up more of the market share than ever before, which I did not expect. I expected the entire market to grow and for Tesla to lose market share because as the market grows, you're expected to dilute it a little bit. But the market is growing and the market share is growing. This is stupid undervalued Tesla is. Again, CRISPR, what I take a look at into that is I had the choice a few years ago. All right, CRISPR or Illumina. CRISPR is the one that edits DNA, which they just saved the girl from cancer by editing and recoding her T cells so that when they put them back into her, it just wiped out the cancer. That will happen. That's already been happening for several years. People, especially in Asia, hey, I want my kid to be this tall and have these, like, it's coding. You are coming into an age, and this is why AI is so brilliant. Why AI is going to be huge. This is why the metaverse is going to be huge. Technology, because of Wright's law and Moore's law, is going to get adopted quicker, and it's going to be less expensive, and the improvements will double every 18 months. So you take a look at what need are these companies filling. CRISPR, okay, you have the need of people that want to go and edit their children's DNA and their own DNA. And then Illumina, okay, why Illumina? Where is that data going to be stored? If you, like, people are bugging because they give away the data and the cookies on their phones. Okay, Illumina is storing people's data on a genetic level, and they have a monopoly in that part of the industry. These are stupid, undervalued companies, in my opinion. And again, take a look at the reasons why people do things. Elon wants to accelerate the advent of sustainable energy. And unless somebody can figure out fusion, or people decide we're going to do nuclear power, which they're scared, so they won't, you're going to go and, yeah, solar is king. Smarty Pants says, back from my workout, haha, burned close to 900 calories, endurance, so yeah, Beans and Boo, I'm hoping I'm not losing you here. I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you at once. But these are things that I look at. You look at the reasons why people are doing things, you look at the need of the market, and you look at if they're first to market. Tesla, clearly first to market. Veve, clearly first to market. I mean, you had NBA Top Shot that had one product, basketball things, and some of them weren't even that good. Like, if they were to take, oh God, if NBA Top Shot were to go and just get a lot of the old school players, like 90s basketball, where you have your Michael Jordans and you have your Shaqs, but then, you have your Scottie Pippen, you have your, like, Carl the Mailman Malone, you got your Magic Johnson, you got, dude, Larry Bird, the baddest white man on the planet. If they were to get arguably a much tougher era of basketball, you would have gotten a lot more, especially older people, into it. Veve has this trifecta of things where they're fairly vertically integrated. And again, when you have people, other CEOs, spending hundreds of billions of dollars on the metaverse. Now, granted, Mark Zuckerberg only spent about 20-ish billion. He'll increase that to 25 billion next year, and he'll sustain that 25 billion per year. The metaverse is going to be a multi-trillion-dollar industry. Mark Zuckerberg is not going to spend $250 billion by 2030 just to break even. No, he's doing this for a massive, massive return. What do you, like, Veve, just by accident, even if they just coast and don't really do anything, is going to get a whole bunch of that money. But they're going to be one of the best metaverses out there. Them and Earth 2, very, very undervalued, again, in my opinion. So I specialize looking for value where there is none. This is a clear winner. These everything that I just mentioned, clear winners. Lemonade. Why did I invest in Lemonade back in the day? Because it was the first insurance company to ever use AI. They didn't have to pay for insurers. They didn't have to pay for people to go out and do, all the estimates, whatever, because they had AI do it. Again, Tesla insurance, another thing. Like, I made a video about Veve doing insurance, but they could do arguably the same thing with Tesla. You have something called a float, where you make a certain amount of money, and it's floated until you have to pay out. You get those premiums, get them each month. Every now and then, a Tesla will crash and they'll have to pay out. But Teslas crash far less than anyone else, and they will eventually never crash. And you're going to collect all these premiums because it's a law that you have to have insurance, and Tesla does it themselves. Veve, same thing. OpenSea's riddled with scams, and they've started doing insurances for NFTs. There's a small one starting at 25 million, but that's going to be mainstream at some point. And if Veve is the best one to do their pricing. Look at the Palm NFTs for the DC Comics. Their pricing is not good. Their system isn't that good yet. Their system will get better and smoother, but their pricing, they had these amazing, for like Action Comics or the first Superman comic, and it was, what was it, 3,000 editions at $10 a piece. Okay, cool. They made 30K. We do that with like the decon drops. Like it's laughable. And the same thing. Tom Brady had like what with his NFL, like the signatures, made $60,000 with that. That's Tom Brady that has millions of followers. We could have got him multiple times what he had made on that particular NFT deal. Veve knows exactly, that has all the data to say we know how to price these, to say we know based on all the analytics of how many active wallets they have that week, month, quarter, how much people are spending, how many gem sales there are. We as individuals can figure this out on our own. I do this literally pretty much every single day. Veve, having a lot more data than I do, especially more readily available, can do this very, very easily. So pricing for insurance, where they'll never have to pay out, but people are just like, oh yeah, as long as I'm protected. They're not paying for insurance. They're paying to feel safe and secure. If you can offer that safety and security and make money on it, especially burn OMI on it, yeah, that's $100 million a year, easily. If not multiple hundreds of millions of dollars, multiple cents of millions of dollars a year. So I hope I'm not losing with this. I know I'm throwing a lot at you. If you need, shoot me a message and I'll try to walk you through other stuff. Where was I? TH says, hi Randy, do you think holding a gold and silver logo long term is a good play? Well, TH, I have 2. I had 4. I'll walk you through the golden moments. When I found out, or I'll walk you through the gold and silver logo. When I found out exactly how they were going and they were giving them out, I ran into David the first day of San Diego Comic-Con. It's like, oh, hey, I have something for you. Find me tomorrow. Okay, cool. That night, a bunch of us are having dinner, and Veve Fam Bam says, hey, David gave me this card. I don't know what it is. I was like, oh, I've heard people say like a logo. Maybe it's that. Type it in the promo code. And it was a logo. I was like, oh, this is probably what David wanted to give me. And it immediately struck a chord with me. Because how do you get trophy cards in Pokemon? Well, in Pokemon, let's just do the Trophy Kangaskhan, which is what I had. You had to go, it was only handed out in May of 1998 at a certain time, at a certain place, which happened to be in Japan, and you had to do a certain task in order to get it. In the Trophy Kangaskhan case, it was a parent-child tournament you had to enter, and you had to win a certain number of battles, and you got the card. In David's case, and the Veve Logos card, you had to, in July of 2022, you had to go to San Diego Comic-Con, you had to find David or Dan, and you had to show them your collection, and they gave you the card. And, it extended to New York Comic-Con a little bit, and Decon and London, and then Decon, and then, Singapore as well. But again, immediately it struck chord like, oh, these are Pokemon trophy cards. The same exact thing. And the most expensive cards in the Pokemon industry were handed out for free. Veve Logos, handed out for free. Now, that being said, I did buy 2 off the market, and then I went into debt to buy another one that just hadn't, it was untouched. It hadn't been redeemed. So I go and I got a lot of flack for that. I was like, hey guys, I think the Veve logo is stupid, undervalued, and I found someone that is willing to basically have me give layaway payments at a certain price, and I'm paying them every month. And so I did wind up selling the two that I bought on the market for profit. And I have the one that, the number 41, which I happen to get as not an accident. It's just David gave me a random card out of his back pocket, and he's like, here, take one. I was like, okay, cool. It happened to be number 41. So obviously I'm keeping that. And then, this one that I still have, it's listed on the market. It won't sell though, because there's like 5 others below it. I hope it doesn't sell. That's the one I'm currently paying off. So that's the Veve logo. I think in a bull market, that does a 10x from here. Well, Chavez is $32,000. Yeah. Veve is going to be huge, and there is very few of these. There is 500. I have the number 41. Yeah, so they're very, very good, in my opinion. Beans and Boo says, I'm listening. So interesting. Oh, thank you. Beans and Boo says, so with Veve, is it fair to say, whether you're a whale or a normal collector like myself, that any collection helps? ? Or should someone like me go for the more the merrier? If you're just getting into it, it's, you have to compete with people that have been here for 2 years. And that's, it's not impossible. You are getting in at the time where, again, it's how you view things. Everyone calls it, oh, this is a bear market, which it is. In any type of collecting, in any type of finance, there's peaks and there's valleys. We had a hell of a peak, and we're in a hell of a valley. And we will go back up to ascend to where we were, and then go beyond. And then come, this is what it does. Again, market is very cyclical. When I got into Pokemon in like 2018, okay, that was a valley. Pokemon got a huge bump in 2016 because of Pokemon Go. And, things were great, and things, and there was a bubble, and then, and then what happened? It died down, and then there was a seller's market, or there was, I'm sorry. After that, a bunch of people were selling, they're flowing their stuff. Oh, the bubble popped, it's over. And it was a valley, but it's a buyer's market. What is it right now? It's the same exact thing. We had a bunch of people go up, we're buying at the top, and then now there's a lot of pain because people are at the top, but you could either sell and lock in your losses, or you that are just coming in, you could be like, okay, these are these prices, and these prices, in my opinion, are very, very good. Now, it could obviously dip a lot more. I mean, it's really hard. I mean, you take something, let's say, like a partner statue. Partner statue is first appearance Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse in the same statue. That is no doubt a grail. But that's something if you ever seen the movie Moneyball, Jonah Hill plays this character, I forget his name. He finds value in players where others don't see any. And he's looking at this guy that throws what's called submarine ball, where he'll go and he'll be on a mound, and instead of throwing like normal, he'll throw like this. And he really gets down there, and then he throws it. And then he says, this guy should be worth at least $3 million, but you could get him for like $275,000, and people don't like him just because he throws funny. The partner statue was once bought and sold at $50,000 multiple times around that area. That partner statue will be worth 6 figures next bull run. That partner statue is always continuously being bought, a lot by whales. You can get it now for $2,500. That is hysterically undervalued, and people will regret selling that. Now, I do not have one of those. I happened to sell mine for a Veve logo. That and like one or two other things for two of those Veve logos, which I did sell for profit. Because I think, well, at the time the Veve logos were very, very cheap, and they're still relatively cheap. They're just not. They're not what I bought at. I bought at like I think 1900, 1700, whatever. You know, like 3200 now. Yeah, and I sold them a little bit above this. The What's going to outperform what now? The partner statue would probably outperform the Veve logo, even though there's like 9 times as much of the partner statue as is Veve logo. You know, you have a bunch of Mickey Mouses on the blockchain, but this is the first, and it's the probably the only time you'll ever see Walt Disney as an NFT. So I would say I'll tell you what I tell my whales, which is one, buy Omi. And that again, this is what I tell my whales: buy as much Omi as you're comfortable losing, and then also, if you're going to get into the Veve app, and you're if take a look at it, if you're interested in it and you actually really like it, collect what you like. If you're just doing stuff for money and whatever, cool. And if you have the money, buy the partner statue, buy Secret Rare Spider-Man, buy that first set. That first set is the Todd Batman, the Eddie Riso Batman, the Joey M Batman, and the Becky Cloonan Batman. Joey M and the Becky Cloonan, you know, they're whatever, but the Todd and the Riso are very, 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 very collectible, and people are just going to want that first set. You know, you do have other grails on top of that. You have the Ultra Vader. You have a bunch of comics that you can get into. Anything season 1. Season 1 starts with the Batman set and it ends with, I think, the Golden Dragon Girl. Season 1 sub 100s. So, you know, you have mint numbers on everything. They can range from, you know, like 10,000, 60,000 down to number 41. Some in season 1 you can get sub 40s of, because they didn't keep the first 40. They kept like the first 20 or 15 or whatever. Yeah. But if you ask me, again, I'm telling you all this, most of my net worth is in Omi. And if you were to give me $500,000 right now, probably half of that would go into Omi. Maybe 100,000 in total would go to Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I'd have so that'd be what, 150 left. 50,000 would go into the Veve app, and then the extra 100K would be there for taxes or, you know, whatever next year, dollar cost average. That's about what I would do. But again, that's just what I would do because I know where this is going, and I know, again, if this fails, which I don't see it really failing, the only 4 things would be nuclear holocaust, alien invasion, an actual pandemic where people actually die and don't have a 99.8% chance of recovery. Even if Washington decides to be Washington and they go and they say, hey, everything except for Bitcoin and Ethereum is a security and NFTs are illegal, which, you know, come on. Okay, well, that affects the US, not the rest of the world. You know, we are a global company. We are not a US company. So yeah. We do have a little bit of insulation, a little bit of protection from stuff that the US does. A little bit. Gabriel Jones says, thoughts on the Avengers building? It looks really cool. If I had more gems, I'd probably go for it. I don't think I'll be able to go for it. Omi Panda says, NBA Top Shot lost my business when they decided you couldn't participate in pack drops unless you bought a certain amount of cards on the market prior. Yeah, that's dumb. That is dumb. So getting back to Beans and Boo, whether you're whale or normal collector like myself, that any collection helps. I mean, again, if you genuinely like collecting, there's probably something on the app that you're just gonna like. It could be Ghostbusters, it could be lenticular cards, it could be Marvel Mighties, it could be the most obscure characters, it could be this random artist that you never heard of, but their art just speaks to you, and the art just is beautiful, and the art is just, and collect what you like. Um, but if you are saving for retirement, doing whatever, I mean, again, I am a gambler. You ever see the movie Al Pair? I think it's an Al Pair 2, where the grandpa of the kids goes and says, "If I were a gambling man, which I am from time to time, I'd bet on my daughter. If I was a gambling man, which I 100% am, um, I gamble on Omi, but again, Grails, like I mentioned before, are extraordinarily good. And then, lightsabers. Lightsabers are also extraordinarily good, in my opinion. And I like the Marvel Mighties. First appearances, anything that has that FA tag. Foxtrot Alpha. First appearance is really important for a lot of people, and Marvel Mighties happens to have a lot of first appearances. So I've been stacking those. That could blow up in my face because Marvel Mighties could just be seen as a thing that they did, and they sell, but nobody really likes 100%. They really like the statues more, maybe, and they like things animated, and none of the Marvel Mighties are animated. So it could blow up in my face. Or the power of the first appearance can withstand the test of time, which it already has, with these characters that have already withstood the test of time. And they're very versatile, and they're fun to play with, and yeah, I really like them. And they'll also be able to use in the Feeshverse, in the Feesh mech suits. Adroldero says number 43 logo here. Oh, dude, so you, Aldrodero, and somebody else, I could have sold a couple of things for like 10 grand, and I could have gotten the number 42 and 43 logo as well, but I didn't. I should have, but I didn't. Yeah. Congrats on that. Keep that. That's going to benefit you a lot. Azza says 2,500 is 3 million Omi though, which is 30K at all-time high, or 300K at 10 cents. Yes. So beans and boo. I am a man. Sorry, SpongeBob reference. He holds up a razor. He's like, I am a man. I can't play with you anymore. He's talking to Sandy. Yeah, if you take a look at it at best ROI, Omi. What is a 10x from here? A 10x from here is where we were last year, where we were earlier this year, at 0.0085. Whatever. That is so stupid undervalued. Like, can the Walt 10x? Yeah, absolutely. Can the Veve logo 10x? Sure. Vader? Sure. A bunch of these things on the Veve app can 10x. But where do I see Omi going in the next bull market? 100x brings us up to 8.5 cents. That, and granted, it's in about 2.5, 3 years from now. 2.5. That's when you would see really the peak bull market. So, what happens? Are these collectibles also going to 100x? Some of them might. I mean, could the partner statue get to 250,000? I could. There's the Secret Rare Spider-Man. Could that get to 600,000? That's a lot. I mean, I don't count anything out when it comes to crypto and NFTs, but that's a lot. Omi though, yeah, Omi 100xing is very, 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 very doable. That's actually well within my models. Almost a conservative thing. Yeah. Not a boss says Ethereum to Omi, to gems, crypto, whales coming. Buy that Walt now. That's true. You've had people. You had people back in the day that wouldn't come into Veve until we had cash out. And now you have people that also won't come into Veve unless we have crypto pay in. And then might you have other people that might not come into Veve until this crypto payout as well. But at least you do have a way of, cashing out. Elder Zero says you slept on it, buddy. Holding for the long haul. I know, I fudged up a lot. But yeah. Oh, Reese tweeted, I did not see that. Reese tweeted saying, wow, I did not see this coming. Talking about the Veve logo and all that jazz. But yeah, let's see Okoye. Okoye in the Marvel Mighties, she's at 385. There's nothing that I would really buy her sub 100, at least not right meow. Let's take a look at Queen Ramonda. Queen Ramonda's at 360. And nothing that I would really buy from her sub 100 right now. Riri Williams has been a favorite of mine over the last month or so. She's at 11 doll hairs per one. And there are two sub 100s that I would buy of her. It is the number 79 and number 93. They're $59 and $60 respectively. Those fit well within my models. I think the sub 100 should be priced around $66, which is about 6x the floor price. And those two are within it. I do not have 60 gems. I have 37 gems. So, yes. T8 says, thank you for your response to my gold silver logo question. Got lucky on the last day of New York Comic Con to get David one-on-one, and he was chatting, and he happened to have one last card. So excited. Hoping to get to attend another event. Yeah, the events are great. The events are so much fun. Beans and Burrow, the events are super fantastic. Yeah, TH, no problem with that. It's good times. Just hoping to attend another event. They're hella fun. I am gonna want to get up early, and I'm gonna want to either run or jump rope or do whatever. I have been streaming for a little over 2 hours right now, and my voice is tired, and I am tired. Long day. Thank you guys for joining me on this. Everyone please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone check out wraithax.eth domain name. And this is, of course, not brown anshel advice. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. Thanks for joining me. Meow, 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 meow. 2 hours later. Meow, meow. Subscribe.